Billy Beige here. Today I'm looking at the Cosmic Legion's Thraxxian Scout. And mine, the box is a little kicked to shit. UPS was not kind to my Thraxxian Scout, but it'll be okay. He looks fine in the package. Stuff did bounce around and stuff like that. But I mean, like, that is the life of a UPS package, you know. Sometimes you get handled with care. Sometimes you get kicked down the street by Jim Carrey. But this one has where it shares a lot of the same body parts with was it Varnalis, the retailer exclusive snake guy that's coming soon, and then also shares a lot of the body parts with Koi, and obviously with the other Thraxian stuff coming from the next Cosmic Legions wave. So one of the reasons that I picked this up, because I got this after I got Koi, was the fact that he has that wood armor. And out of the three figures that have this kind of woodish like armor, he's the only one that has the knee armor. And I love Koi, but the one thing that I want to change on him is swap out this like wood knee stuff for his armor knees, because like, yeah, I just don't, it's not my favorite look on Koi. So that's why I got him. And then also he is a darker green than Vernalis. So if you had where you picked this guy up and then picked up Vernalis, and used his extra head, you could actually, paint that extra head like a darker color to match him. If you got those extra heads from the Cosmic Legions pack, it'd be a lot more painting. But you could turn him into a Snake Man if you wanted to for Mythic Legions, or just have where he's just like this weird kind of gecko chameleon like man, because he has a lot of that look in that Cosmic Legion's head, and I'm super into that. Even if you didn't want to put a snake head on him, you could probably stick him into Mythic Legions if you wanted to. I think he's very easy to go from one to the other. But let's go ahead and get him out of the package, see what he comes with, see his range of motion, and do some comparisons, because he is going to get torn apart. So out of the package, heated up, adjusted, things like that, he does look like a warrior or a scout on an alien world. Just it has as much nature to it as it does alien features, because I can relate to some of it, like the wood stuff going on there, the kind of lizard snake scale texture to him. But then that head has where it's like, what? But even then, again, like I kind of see like that kind of chameleon look to it a little bit. Now, with him and Koi, they do have that mid torso ball. So he has a ball at the waist, but then he has a mid torso ball there, double ball. Um, it's kind of like the one that's on the 2.0 figures. It's the same kind of engineering as a double ball there. I still had where I heated them up, popped them apart, and I put shock oil on that double ball, because twisting left to right, because you should be able to twist it left to right. It's a ball, it's not a hinge. There's nothing limiting it from going left and right. But it feels like it's hard to twist. And I feel like if you have where you go left and right at that mid torso ball a bunch, you're going to start to wear on that double ball some, even though it is a thicker kind of peg ball scenario going on there compared to the 2.0 figures. Because I had my Thrace from the, Poxis Wave now, it's been forever. Poxis Wave had where it broke at that double ball, because it had the same kind of thing where it was like, hey, it wouldn't give exactly. It just kind of like twisted and got more stressed until it snapped. And that was after my Thrace review. That was just from reviewing it. So again, I popped it apart. I put some shock oil in both ball joints there, put together. It may just be, a Billy Beige issue. This is what happens to me. But just in case you do have where if you go to twist it right there, if you want to, and it feels like it's not going, heat it up in some hot water, pop it apart, take some pliers, pull that double barbell out of there, put some shock oil, pop it back together, throw it in your freezer for a minute, let it cool down, and it'll be better than new, and just have all sorts of just motion from that. But other than that, let's get on to accessories, because this guy has, what was it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of hands. So I'm excited. So he has a set of expressive hands, a set of fists, a set of vertical, vertical hinged weapon holding hands, a set of horizontally hinged weapon focus holding hands, a set of vertical hinged blaster hands. See where it's shaped in there. And then also a set of horizontal blaster holding hands. And not only does it have that, he also has a different expressive head, a kind of sneering, angry, this is the aggressive head. It's really cool. I did need to heat this up to pop it onto the head. It's been a while since I needed to heat up a head to pop onto a body. He also has 2 weapons. He has a thigh bone mace going on here. It's the same one that's with the Jersey Devil. And then he has this really cool jawbone staff. I can't remember who also has this, but like, it's really cool. It's neat. I think it's really detailed. Articulation on the Thraxxian Scout. So let's start from the top. So with his head, he has where he's on a ball joint, so he can look so far up, but he also has a hinge in there. So that's as far as he can look up. If you hinge it all the way forward, he can look straight down. You do have like a little bit of gap there, but I mean, like alien stuff like that, I'm not really gonna pick on it. Hinge this side, hinge this side. Obviously, you can turn it all the way around. It'll be a little encumbered by his awesome shoulder pauldrons going on there. They have where they can kind of move back and forth a little bit, because it is a rounded peg in a hole, so it's almost like a ball joint there, kind of, sort of. Down to the shoulders there, it's the hinge and twist, so he can go up so far. His pauldrons will, obviously slightly encumber him, but if you pop those off, if I can do that easy, pop, there we go. You can kind of get a little bit more. I'm excited to see, like, with like the Mouse King when he gets in, how those butterflies work, how they feel in hand. And like with him, we still have that standard 1.0 style there, without the pauldrons, all the way around. He doesn't have a bicep, but man, you can tell where it's like, hey, this is like one step away, because the sculpt is there. It's like, I honestly tried to twist it when I grabbed it out of the package. I was like, oh, let me see. Oh, no, wait, that's not here yet. He has single jointed elbows, so he can hinge up this far, not quite get a 90 with those elbows, but I mean, like, you can, it's super close. Maybe I'm gonna twist it a little bit. There we go. That's closer to a 90 with the elbows there. They twist at the elbows. He has a forearm armor. It's part of him, not like slipped on. So, they twist as far as they can around until the bone spur there kind of like stops it. Twist at the wrist and whatever hinge is on the hand at the time. At the mid-torso here, again, like I had where I heated this up, but it's a double ball. So I can take and I can hinge him back some with that, and then we'll also include like the waist. We'll go for that. We'll go back as far as I can. So we can hinge back that far at the waist. I can crunch him forward so far. I can take and tilt him to the side, tilt him to the other side. I mean, like, it's not a ton, but it's more than we've got in most Mythic Legions, because I mean, there's 2.0s, but like it's neat. And then also, again, like I had where I put Shockwheel in these, because I have where I'm paranoid about it, because I'm at where my Thrace had twisted in half after I reviewed her. Now he can spin at the waist there, so you can really tilt him one way or get him going the other way. So yeah, again, just heated, shock oil, stuff like that. Ball at the waist. Getting to the thighs here. With his soft thigh armor, they can hinge just about all the way out, yeah, straight. If you look at it, that is all sculpted in there. And it was something I noticed when I was messing with Koi as well. I was like, wow, they sculpted all of that. Eric went all out on that. It was super cool. Twist at the top of the hip. It doesn't feel bad at all. It's a little squeaky, but it's not like squeaky. It's just like touch and squeaky. It's not like, oh no, this is hard to twist. You got to make sure you line up the armor here, because like obviously that's the way it should be, because you see the kind of like Y going down there. Out of the package, it was twisted, but so you can hinge it all the way back. That's about a 90 right there. You have the boot cut on there, and that can actually just twist all the way around. At the ankle, you have the standard kind of twist. You can go all the way around. Hinge, so you can hinge pretty gosh darn far forward there. Hinge back so far, and then obviously got the ankle rocker. One thing I noticed is on the Thraxxian Scout, he still has the stand peg there. We don't have any Mythic Legion branded stands that have pegs in there, but other, stands do. But on Koi doesn't have that anymore. And that's probably because they do have where like, oh, he could be in like swim poses. And in theory, that would be something it would take away, I guess. But I would be okay with that still being there. But, beggars can't be choosers. I'll take what I can get. And the last little thing, he does have like a back plug here. I think it was on the Ninian Infantry first. Or maybe it was on Oleg Thagar, whatever, from Cosmic Legions. But yeah, so you can pop that out. You could do like the little back plug if you want to do other wings and stuff like that. If you painted up other things, I know Koi comes with a couple of these. You could do different things with. So, live your best life. Figure out what you want to do. And for comparisons, I wanted to put him against the Ninian Infantry and Koi Boy over here, because they share some of the same parts, some of the, like a lot of the same sculpt work, but it also is like that kind of like, this is like the first step. This is an improvement. This is, more onto that, adding to it. Because like the Ninian Infantry doesn't have a hinged neck. He doesn't have that mid-torso ball, but it is the same torso sculpt. It's the same sculpt. It just has where, like, once you got to Thraxxian Scout, he has that added mid-torso ball in the hinge. And then when you get to like Koi Boy over here, the Eric Miller's like fantastic paint job on there. That iridescent paint on some of that scale work is just, I had to focus on him to get this picture, this video to work right on this part. It just feels so night and day from left to right. The Thraxxian Scout and Koi have where, it's more to one side than a Ninian Infantry. But again, we got the Ninian Infantry last year. Like literally 1 year ago was Ninian Infantry, and then we're at Thraxxian Scout and Koi Boy here in hand, and it's like, wow. Again, like I think they should keep doing heads packs and builder packs like that, like they did with Cosmic, where it was like, hey, turn all your like Oleg Thagars into Snake Men. I think that would be wonderful to have that for the the Thraxxian Scout. And after messing with Koi a little bit, like getting his knees back in there because I took him apart already, I'd love a snake head for him as well. Just anything. I love just packs to change things up. But yeah, I thought these would be neat to look at, comparative wise. So do I think you need to pick up the Thraxxian Scout from Cosmic Legions? I think if you have where you are into Mythic Legions, just go ahead and get a Thraxxian Scout here, because like he could just drop into whatever. He could be like some kind of goblinoid, just monster that your knights can fight. You can use him for like just weird druid stuff. Make another like guy to go with. Was it Lansing, I can't remember the retailer wave snake guy until he's in my hands, but the Thraxxian Scout here, pretty friggin' dope. I thought I would harp more on the fact that he doesn't have the biceps yet, but even without those, just having that mid torso ball on this like 1.0 body, and then everything else, the range of motion on the ankles, all of the extra hands, like it's crazy that this Thraxian Scout has more hands than Koi does. Like, man, it's just like the fist. I think it's like the fist and a couple other ones. Obviously, Koi doesn't need blaster hands, but it's it's so cool. And then just all the sculpt work on him. Even look at the back on him right here. Just it looks amazing. So yeah, I would say if you don't have a Thraxian Scout and you're into Mythic Legions and you're kind of like got cold feet on Cosmic Legions, or it's just not your thing, I think he's worth picking up to just have another kind of monster man to have in your displays, in your photography, or just to mess around with in general. But tell me what you think down in the comments below. I'm glad I picked this guy up. I know I picked him up, and I even said earlier that I did it just to take his knees, because again, these knees are only on the Thraxian Scout. It's not on the next Thraxian character. It's not on the Retailer Wave Snake Ninian guy. It's definitely not on Koi. I'm going to swap them around on Koi and see how I feel about them, but I think I might need another Thraxian Scout, and I do still hope they put out some sort of like Ninian head pack for him, but I think I can make him work in Mythic Legions as well because he's just so brutal. And again, just really cool to pose. This is one of the better poses I've gotten out of Mythic Legions, and not been like the Valiant Knight. So, or out of a Legions figure and not been the Valiant Knight. But tell what you think down in the comments below. If it's your first time here, please like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Later, guys.